Greg. Mike. Two Bandits. Watching Bluey. What up, party people, and welcome to a very exciting episode of Two Bandits Watching Bluey.
That's us?
It is. Now and forever, my dude. Okay. I'm your good pal, Greg Painter, and with me,
he's still here.
He is the New Year's baby himself, and his name is...
I go by Mike Martin.
How are you doing, buddy? Happy New Year.
2025. We're here.
2025.
We've survived.
Fresh and so clean, and it's so good.
A chaotic holiday season, to say the utmost least.
It's always wild. We're all over the place this time of year. We're up north to my parents. We're over east to the in-laws. We're back home. We're back up north again for more people.
Because you don't even get to do like Christmas morning at your hizzy, right? You're traveled.
We are Christmas Eve and morning at the in-laws.
Sure.
Then Christmas Day we drive north to the grandparents. And then day after Christmas is Painter Christmas in style at home.
Christmas.
With our Meta Quest headsets.
Word.
And our resin kits and our Disney Bitsies and the joy and love in our heart.
There you go.
Knowing that we don't have to travel anymore for a week and a half and we can just rest. How about you?
Doesn't feel that way, does it?
What's your last week and a half-ish been like since we last chatted?
He's on holiday vacation, and since I work from home, I've been on holiday vacation with him, I guess you could say. So it's been a bit chaotic in the it feels like summer vacation mode. He's all around, but it's cold outside, so he's
baby, it's cold outside.
But thankfully, we were successful in capturing a Nintendo Wii for his holiday season. So my kid lives in 2006 right now. And
he's not 2000 late. He's 2000 great.
He's 2000 great, baby, and he's. We were waiting on one more game to arrive, unfortunately.
Biscuits. I was going to bring over some games today, wasn't I?
Were you?
Whoopsie daisies.
We'll be here. The Wii's not going anywhere. I promise you that. And the moment he plugged in Wii Bowling, it became 7 hours of uninterrupted bowling.
Delightful.
So, he's great.
Delightful.
It's good. Stayed up all night. He made it to midnight on the eve.
Me too.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks.
Look at us. So, yeah, it's been...
Had our lovely friend party a couple days ago. It was good times.
It was only a couple days ago. It feels like it was like a month.
Time is a flat circle when kiddos are home for 2 weeks.
Holy
and
cow, man.
Holidays, yikes-a-wakes-a.
But that's not what we're here to talk about.
We aren't.
People don't care about what people
got
care
an
about
interesting
us.
one. So we just did the Decider a couple weeks back.
Yes.
And a lot of news has kind of hopped up in the Blueyverse in the last 2 weeks. We've had some people kind of asking, like, hey, what's your thoughts? What do you think? This, that, the other thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop onto it. And instead of reading Wiki Bluey, like I tend to do, I've got a letter that I'm going to read from Mr. Joe Brum.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah?
What's a letter from Mr. Joe Brum?
Hi, this is Joe Brum, the creator of Bluey.
Sounds just like him.
I'm writing this to share some Bluey news. Some good news, some difficult news. Ooh. Let's start with the good. After some time spent away from the series working on another project, an old idea resurfaced, and before I knew it, I'd written a Bluey feature script that I really love.
Look at that.
Fast forward through a ton of contracting, and we're about to embark on making an animated Bluey movie. So let's start there.
It probably takes
before
some time.
We get to the second paragraph of difficultness. Bluey movie. So 2027, we have a Bluey movie coming out. When you first heard, I'm assuming this isn't your first time hearing this, but when you first heard Bluey movie 2027, what was your like excitement level, thoughts, opinions?
I tried not to go into full reaction mode until we actually started to hang out together, so that way I could have just random ideas surface. So I'm super excited for this chat about it. I'm not surprised. No, to be completely honest. When they came out with the sign, it showed they could do a 25-minute episode of something. And that felt like it flew right by. So to be able to put it out there and do it as a full-length feature of being an hour, 20 minutes to an hour and 40-minute long, blew it.
It's definitely interesting. Honestly, it did catch me off guard.
Sure.
Because I thought the sign was going to be their version of a Bluey movie.
Well, it feels that way.
Because we chatted as like, how are they even going to do a 25-minute Bluey? Let alone
prove us wrong.
An hour and a half. So I was surprised that they actually did it. I was also surprised 2027. That feels like a very early call your shot.
Sure.
Especially scripts written.
Yeah, that's what he's making it sound like, right?
It's coming out from Disney/Ludo, which we'll talk about that bit of news too here. And 2 years from now, I'm curious because the kiddos we've heard. I heard some older episodes a couple days ago, and some season 3. Their voices have changed a lot throughout the 3 seasons.
For sure.
Do you think we're recasting 2 years from now? Do we think we're recording audio now for kiddos to get everybody else's audio around them later? Where are you?
That's the most difficult thing I think about when it comes to Bluey, is if you want to keep the product going. And it sounds like Joe is kind of having this be a swan song, where he's like, I don't know if that's part of the letter that we're going to get to.
That's part of the letter we'll get to.
Okay.
But yeah, what do you think? So do you think we are going to just jump into the Bluey universe as is, or do you think we're going to be aged up a little bit for this movie?
You think it's going to be
I'm not going to think they're going to be like 20-year-olds or anything, but do you think we're going to have, as 3 years of time passes, these kids are getting older. I almost would rather have 10-year-old Bluey and 8-year-old Bingo versus different voiced version.
Yeah, and it seems like they've always stayed true to the child actors. Not only just like respecting the fact that they don't put them in credits, but it doesn't sound like they stray away from the Bluey actors. Now, the first Bluey came out. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for 3 years, and that came out
19, right? October 2019?
2019. So you're talking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
A child actor probably that's playing Bluey's 6 or 7. Now you're talking 11, 12.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to pull off that Bluey voice and have that same vibe? Or do you do an age jump? Or do you find a similar voice actor? And
Bluey, because it's not just Bluey, too. We've got Mackenzie, we've got Buddy,
whole squad.
We've got Witten, we got like half the cast.
Sure.
I don't think Dave's voice is really going to change.
I was going to say the same
thing. If Homer
thing
Simpson has proved anything, voices stay the same for like 40 years.
The adult voice actors, I think, are pretty locked in on that, but that's tricky. I don't think I don't want to call a shot and say it wouldn't be wise. It would just the Bluey official fan club and the Blueyverse, I think, would be able to tell almost instantly that's a different Bluey. Is that a good thing or a bad thing to continue rehashing doing the Simpsons thing where they're always the same age?
Yeah.
Do they keep that? Because they do like flashback time frames in the Simpsons where it's like, this is 20 years from now and this is what it's like. But is that a Bluey thing to where they decide to just maintain it? Because
I gotta believe there's folks out there that can do a Bluey voice and do. Sure. I mean, Rick and Morty recently when their creator decided to be a horrible human being and got bounced from the show. They grabbed 2 sound-alikes, and as far as I could tell, it's pretty ding-dang close. It's not like a recasting Carl Carlson because you had white folks playing black characters and he sounds different, but it's we're not getting my daughter Emily to, "Oi matey, I'm Bluey from America."
No. Because
I gotta be careful. I was like, oh no more voices for me because that's the other fun thing. Me and Mike have a mission to get in the stinking movie
somehow,
come heck or high water. So I guess I don't need to show off how bad my voice acting skills are right now. Man, it's gotta. Well, here's the thing. We'll jump into this before we get to the Trifficult news. What do you think this is going to be about? Like, if you, hey, Mike,
tricky.
You're writing the Bluey movie.
No, I'm not.
It's got to be, if we look at different things, like Simpsons movie, it was the town exploded. And
I don't think
what are we going to do?
I don't think Brisbane's exploding.
They went under the dome, basically, and had to escape to save Springfield. And in the Bob's Burgers movie, they were going to lose the restaurant unless they did, like, a big thing. I'm trying to think of other like TV shows that have movied and here's the third, in the Reno 911 movie, they just go to Miami instead of being in Reno for their. So do we think this is taking place in Brisbane? Are we going from Brisbane to, I don't know, America?
Maybe there's I think something cool that Blue would do that everybody's been kind of screaming about is, I want to see a Mackenzie episode. I want to see this. So maybe there's an overarching Bluey storyline that's going on, but it does the 27 Stories of Springfield or whatever that episode's called. Oh, man. And so you see
I would love
Buddy's
that.
interaction because he's got his 6 minutes to do this, and then it goes to Snickers' portion of the day and story. And you know how they love to interweave everything. I don't know if that's the direction they would go in, but I think that would be cool because we've been itching for, we finally got a Rusty episode, and it was just about cricket, but also the interactions. It just, I don't know, because there's so many unanswered questions about so many characters.
That's true, because if we, for some reason, I feel like Bluey's Big Vacation kind of vibes from. But if they do that, then we're losing.
Travel somewhere?
We're losing all the other kiddos. We're losing So I wonder if it's gonna we're gonna start in Brisbane and then we're gonna have some sort of, because there's got to be stakes. The stakes in the sign were, are we leaving our home that we've grown up and known forever? So what stakes are there left? Like, we can't we might move again.
I mean, maybe it'll go full Brady Bunch and they find a cursed skull.
We can voice the skull.
Well, that's what's interesting too, is if it is a question of the child actors, if you, I mean, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but if you eliminate them from the equation,
oh god,
if you don't have to worry about the voice actor for Snickers or Indy because they're only there for a moment.
I see what you're saying.
I don't know. I can't foresee which direction they're going to go in. If they do a whole, we're going to Hawaii kind of thing, then that would be interesting.
They travel to upstate New York to hang out with their good friends, Greg and Mike.
We'll show them a good time.
Again, if any folks from Bluey, we're not saying we need to be the main characters.
No,
I'll say, oh, it's right over there.
Yeah. Or they could fly over.
Welcome to America.
We're building snowmen, and we could just wave at the plane as it flies by.
Oh, taxis? They're that way. This is good ice cream. You can use any of those. Hey, Mike, say a thing that could be used for the movie. You can just plug it in.
That's really surprising.
I concur. Bandit, watch out! Chili, you just missed her. Any of these will work. Listen, I'm getting a lot of words on Mike, and you're...
Oh, that taxi!
We got this on lock. So I'm excited for it. It's 2 years out. We're definitely gonna to check back in.
Well, you did say contracting started, so
yes, exactly.
Hit us up
before we hit you up, which is probably gonna be soon.
Yeah, it's already happened probably by the time this is released.
But hey, pal.
Yeah.
When there's good news, it sometimes is also followed by difficult news. So second half.
No light, no shadow, baby.
Now for the difficult news. I always said I wouldn't keep making the show if I thought I couldn't make any new seasons as good as the last. This would have been the case for me with a potential season 4, so I decided to take a break on my involvement in the TV series. In the event I can't wrap my head around doing more seasons myself, the sign will mark my finale for Bluey, and I wrote it as such. That is wild. And first off, if that is your magnum opus...
Aye,
sir.
Absolutely. No questions. No questions.
Run, and so happy involved in the movie. But wait, there's more.
So that means 4 is in production, though.
Well, let me. I've got about a few more sentences left. Bluey has completely changed my life. It's been an immensely satisfying thing to be a part of. To walk away from it at such a height seems crazy for some, but for now, I am finding it difficult to reach back to genuinely into that 4 to 6 year old world and write authentically.
Sure.
My Bluey crew and all creative people in my life completely understand my decision. Working with this wonderful group of people has been the absolute highlight of my animation career. To be clear, this is not an announcement about the end of a show, but it is an acknowledgement that my focus will be on the film. Thank you for taking the show into your homes. The whole experience has been impossible to describe. Sincerely, Joe Brum, creator of Bluey. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I have a few. So, again, I get stepping away for, and we've talked about this before. Do you Simpson it up and do this for 30 years and load up that money truck behind your house and just let it flow?
Or do you shoot your shot and then
Gravity Falls it for 2 seasons, tell a complete story, and then walk away?
3 seasons and a mini show and then a movie?
Yeah.
That's not a bad resume, docket.
Here's my theory of what's coming, because the other big news that came right around this, I think like a week before this,
mini
is
episodes.
Mini episodes, which that might be next week. Actually, that might be in 2 weeks.
Yes.
More to come on that. But right before this announcement, Disney announced that Bluey is going to be first off on the Disney Cruise Line. I believe he's already now. Wow. It's been 2 weeks and I'm calling Bluey a he.
Oh my
goodness. She, as well as Bingo,
Witten, Buddy,
is apparently already on the Australia Disney cruises, but could be coming to American cruises soon, and also will be available for meet and greets at Disney World and Land in the coming future. Hey, Mike, I think Disney's buying Bluey. Where is that your vibe? Because I feel like if Joe's walking away, a lot of his team is gonna kind of be around that same vibe. Because I can't see Joe walking away. I was like, all right, now, somebody else is gonna run it out of Australia. If he's the creator, he's likely the, I don't say owner, but like, he's got the rights to it.
The IP is Brum.
With all the toys, with all the merch, with all the there's Bluey. Everything now.
I got a Jack figurine for Christmas.
I can't see Disney being like, cool, bye. I think Disney's buying Bluey. What do you think?
I don't know if you're much more of the Disney aficionado than I am. I mean, we've already had our hashtags when it comes to when even the smallest thing, when Disney gets its hand on some Bluey products, which
at least the poop cut.
I always thought it was fun how Ludo always just kind of just said they just don't get it, or it's just like it's not that we're not shooting any angry shots towards humor or anything like that. It's just a poop moment, which is great because you still get socks stopping a little bit in the bumping the Wise Old Wolfhound. I always found joy over they were just like But to go back to the Brum thing that I think is interesting is a lot of the stories that he was writing that bled into the Bluey storylines were from things that he was always saying, like, this was just part of my daily life. Like, Dunny, this was like my Sunday mornings was that. So he was able to draw inspiration from his everyday life. Now his kids are getting older. Like, is he going to keep going back to the well of, well, what was it like on a Tuesday in October, I guess, and try to figure it out? Or is he able to now focus more on his family in a positive way and not be like, what was your favorite part about second grade? Like, Dad.
Well, I wonder if that's why he's saying he's kind of away from the 4 to 6 year old age range.
Yeah.
Is that another sign that we might be aging up for the movie?
Possibly.
If that's what he's still involved in.
If Disney acquires, do they change the voice actors?
That was going to be my next question for you.
Do they just fully Americanize it?
That would stink out. So I am not.
It's dangerous now.
I am not opposed to Disney acquiring.
Sure.
I am opposed if Dave and Melanie aren't on board. Like, I think the kids, I think eventually are going to have to be changed out as,
if
most
it continues
characters.
on and on.
I mean, Mickey's not the same Mickey was 60 years ago. Even Super Mario's different.
Which character are you talking about that's named Mickey? Oh my goodness, Michael.
Mouse is going to be in half the episodes going forward. But I can't see them because I also can't think that Dave and Melly would be like, nah, we don't want that good Disney money.
Sure.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they care about these characters in this show. I can't see how they could possibly recast those voices.
Yeah.
Kids, one thing. The adults who are the mains, well, I don't see how.
They signed on to the project because it's something that was fun and different, but also is probably helping them out pretty well with the success of the show. So to transition to Disney, I mean, how long do you sign for though? Is it like a contractual thing? Like you're signed for 5 seasons, and then 2 seasons in, you're like, oh my god, they got Snickers skydiving. He's just trying to sneak on board, being a sausage dog on an airplane. Like I don't know.
Did someone say lost triplets? One hopeful thing I have.
I was about to say I don't want to be a downer about it. I don't.
One thing hopeful if they do buy. Again, you're not as Disney aficionado,
sure,
especially for the parks, as me. But there is a section of Hollywood Studios, which is basically Disney Junior Land, where they do a couple stage shows and their meet and greets. Want to hear what their meet and greet lineup is?
Right, currently?
For their Disney Junior section. Their big 3
are
Doc McStuffin,
Okay.
Vampirina, and what's her Fancy Nancy. Those are their 3 non-Mickey, because Mickey's there as like Mickey Runaway Roadsters?
Sure.
Those are their 3 only characters that are like, here are Disney Junior Showcase people. You get just demolish that part of the park and put up a street from Brisbane, put the healer house there, have a meet and greet with the kids. That right there, Bluey World at Hollywood Studios. Sign me up, my dude.
Calypso School.
Exactly.
That would be cool.
That's literally we went there the first time we went to Disney. We're like, oh, this kind of stinks. Oh. And we have not been back since 2019. And we go occasionally to Disney World. So
sure. But you still avoid it.
Yeah, it's bombs.
Sorry, Vampirina.
Yeah, sorry, Fancy Nancy. Not fancy enough for our tastes. But
wow,
so there are opportunities for some cool stuff.
Sure.
But it's nerve-wracking to think of them losing their heart. The heart of the show is Brisbane. The heart of the show is Dave and Melanie and the kids and the family love. I don't want it to... And Simpsons it was never really wholesome family fun.
Sure.
It's always been wild, but Homer's just a jerk now. He's
really?
not like a fun dad who's just kind of dumb but trying his best and trying to... No, he just kind of stinks out loud in like all of the ways. So... It makes me nervous, but I'm want to give them a chance.
Yeah, of course.
And if that's even what happens, we might be overthinking it.
Yeah, fantasy booking over here.
But what do you guys think? Are you excited about the movie? Are you
Email
excited about possible changes in leadership? Do you think a 4th season's coming? Email us. Or my dear wife has volunteered to be social media manager for us. We're going to turn the X machine back on because... Frankly, there's like close to 3,000 people following us on there and about 200 on Threads. So we're going to go where people are looking to hear our voice. So dearest wife, social media manager, thanks. I don't have to hear what Elon says. You can filter it out for me.
There you go.
Vibe.
You could just call us at 315-715-8551. Two Bandits.
Yeah. Always loved that. We don't have anything on there right now.
Oh, we got a text message.
We got a text
message. You can text us.
Is that a text message?
It did say potential spam. It just says, hi, would you be interested in a demo of the top payroll processing software of the year? Press yes for a demo.
Ooh, that episode's brought to you by Payroll Software. But no, thanks. So there is one more bit of Bluey future news that doesn't have to do with the show.
Whew.
And doesn't have to do with acquisition rights.
It has to do with two important parts.
It has to do with this show.
Yes.
So again, friends, we are not going anywhere. We are still doing this. So I'll end that concern.
Yeah.
But
we're down to about
running out
20 episodes.
Yeah. We're running about a stinging episodes for this. So here is what we are planning to do for the foreseeable future. Mm-hmm. And that is we are going from weekly to every other week releases.
That's all.
That's it. So we're just taking a week in between. We don't want to
run ourselves dry.
Yeah, we don't want to rush through the content and then be like, well, this week's episode's all about Calypso's uncle and what we think he might be about.
We've already got conspiracy theories.
Exactly. So we're slowing it down a little bit.
But we're
gonna stick with the Patreon. We might, who knows? We might up the Patreon as far as what we release on there. So feel free to check that out through our link tree, linktr.ee/watching Bluey.
That's us.
But we're just going to slow down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, we're
going to take our time with here. But what that means is these last 20 episodes are going to be some deep dives, some crazy shenanigans, some good times.
We'll have some time to look
into
each episode.
We've got some brackets to talk through still.
That's a true statement.
We've got probably at some point here the best Bluey episode ever bracket? Question mark?
Okay.
So we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to come. So don't worry. We're not going anywhere fast.
Nowhere.
But hey, we're just about to wrap up, but before we do that, hey, Mike.
Yeah?
What's your favorite thing that you're looking forward to about the future of Bluey?
Well, I was going to say, because I was guaranteed who had written it and the experience of it, but I was going to say the mini episodes, but I watched them this afternoon. And they were really good. So
yay.
That was super fun.
Again, 2 weeks from now, mini episodes.
We can talk about it then if you want to.
Yeah,
yes,
baby.
I look forward to continuing the pod because we're not done yet. Like this was a
can't stop, won't stop.
This was a like Rome said, it's a difficult discussion because it's an unclear answer right now. And if it gets into a situation where they start releasing, I don't think it's the kind of thing where they would start releasing a product that didn't honor what's been happening for the past 3 seasons, but you never know. And it's when the head writer and CEO of Ludo is like, I'm stepping away from the writing process of the show. Like I don't know. It's we're driving the cruise ship into the dark. Watch out for the icebergs, baby. What about you? What are you most looking forward to in this tricky situation?
I am looking forward to I said it a little bit earlier. I'm looking forward to the potential Brisbane World, Bluey World section of a theme park. That'd be cool. Whenever I see online, we've got to pop up Bluey's house. Just come on down to Paddington and check it out. I was like, but that's so far from me. I can't do that. So the idea of getting some American Bluey action, as long as the healers aren't actually moving to America and then sounding funny, then I'm pretty cool with that.
I'm also looking forward to 2027 when there's at least 1 second of a cameo.
Wait. That's the next thing. What's your favorite character that's going to be in the Bluey movie?
You.
My favorite? You! How about that?
Gosh.
And I rank this podcast as of 2 episodes from now, the most episodic released Bluey podcast in the world.
Proud of you.
So you need to get who doesn't want these voices in their Bluey movie? Come on now.
Gosh.
Start the letter writing campaign.
Follow that taxi.
I don't know who you're writing it to right now, but start it. Ding, dang it.
Oh, gosh. Well done.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, as always.
Yeah.
We're not done. We're just every other week, and we'll be here. And we're going to be here until at least after the Bluey movie. You know why, Mike?
Why is that?
Because it's got to be done. Oh, wait a second.
I saved the day. Yes, I did.
What? Lastly,
And most importantly,
I almost forgot. We got mail.
we got mail, baby.
P.O. Box 2372, Syracuse, New York 13220. From, I don't know if I want to out their last name, so we'll open it up.
Some friends from, I think it was Massachusetts.
From good old Mass. Oh, and it is a delightful Lily with their Bluey toy.
Yeah. Happy holidays,
So
squad.
thank you. I don't want to out your name, but thank you, family from Massachusetts, who sent this lovely thing.
Oh, look at the hype.
Super happy. I can only assume that is under the tree. We got a Christmas Bluey in our Christmas Bluey PJs.
That's fantastic, friends.
And life is good. So thank you for sending it. Appreciate it. And appreciate you. Whew, that was a close call.
You got to acknowledge the cards that we get from the people. We have to. You know why?
Why?
Because it's got to be done.
It's got to be done. He did it first because I screwed up first.
But wait.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. Don't hit the unrecord. Because we just, oh, my goodness.
There's a card, too.
There's a card, too, so we can probably say who this is from.
Oh.
This, first off, this doesn't look like it's been written by a hand. Look how clear this handwriting is.
Ooh, I don't know.
That
Mike,
is
he came pretty
wild.
strong at the top. Heck yeah.
Hi, Greg and Mike. We talked on the pod about sending you holiday cards, so I thought it was only fitting to share our Bluey themed card. My son Carter has autism and is nonverbal. He discovered Bluey when he was barely 1 and has not watched another show since. So basically, I've been living in the healer world for 3 years with no one to talk about it. Every other detail I've watched since my millionth rewatch, stumbling on your podcast, has been the absolute best. So thank you for what you guys have created. Wow, I'm like choking up reading this. This is Bluey truly is such a special show, and I'm glad to be able to listen with people who feel the same way I do. Carter is just starting to say some words, and that's awesome. And they are all from Bluey, which has made for some truly hilarious first words.
Oh, dig it.
He says, "High moon from midnight, cowboy hat," which is a great way to start. And wind, wind from Daddy Drop Off.
Great.
Not at all practical, but they feel like an entertaining reward for the time I put into the show. Thank you again for the pod.
Geez.
Can't wait for the movie. Best, Emily. Thank you, Emily. I teared up halfway through that. That is amazing. Bluey is just magical, and what it can do for us and how it can bring us together.
It's good how it gave us a little glimmer of hope at the end there. That was after having that difficult conversation across the board this afternoon.
It was a slightly hey, we said there was good news and there was difficult news, and we ended with some real good darn news. So thank you for that, Emily.
Good news sandwich.
Like I said, that warmed my heart. So thank you. And now for the third time.
What's that?
Unprecedented third time.
Yeah?
It's got to be done, I think?
It's gotta be done.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be done. Okay.
We sure?